everybody, welcome back to my top 50 games of all time. Today we're going to cover number 30 through 21.
Number 30, Mystic Vale. Mystic Vale is a card crafting game which you not only build your deck, but you build the individual cards that are in your deck. Each card's ability will affect the strategy that you want to play. So there's 3 different levels of cards that you can purchase that you slide into the holder of the regular card, and you keep building cards to make them better and better to buy the Veil cards. And the Veil cards will give you victory points. They'll give you different powers. And the way you win is by collecting the most victory points. And again, that is number 30, Mystic Vale. Number 29, Hotshots. Hotshots is a cooperative wildfire firefighting game. I had a lot of fun with it. You are 4 different characters. You can be the crew boss, a spotter, a swamper, or a sawyer. And each of those have special abilities. And what you're trying to do is basically put the fire out before all the tiles burn and get flipped over to the burnt side. So you roll dice to do that, and it helps with putting the fire out. You can build fire breaks, hopefully to contain the fire. But at the end of each turn, the wind will shift and push the fire. So it can spread very rapidly. Played this at Gen Con a couple years ago. Had a blast with it. Number 29, Hotshots. Number 28, Lost Cities. Lost Cities is a card game where you have a card and you're playing it on the board across from each other. There's rows of cards in certain colors. And so you start off at negative 20 points in each of those colors. And you need to build your side of the board in ascending order from 2 through 10. They don't have to be in the same or in numerical order. But you're trying to get to at least 20 points because that makes that row for you 0. Otherwise, it's negative. It's a lot of fun trying to outthink your opponent to take the card off the draw pile or take one of the discarded cards and add it to yours. And that's number 29, Lost Cities. 27, Tally-Ho. Tally-Ho is a 2-player game where you start by having all the tiles on the board upside down so you can't see what they are. And then you go back and forth flipping them over. If you'd flip a bear or a fox over, you play as the bears and foxes. If you'd flip over a lumberjack or a hunter, you play as the lumberjacks and hunters. Ducks and pheasants can be hunted by both. And the way you win is bears either all escape from the board or they get rid of the hunters and lumberjacks. And for the hunters and lumberjacks to win, they have to shoot all the bears. Lumberjacks cut down trees to open up the game board. It's a lot of fun. It can be very thinky. That's my number 27, Tally-Ho. Number 26, Sorcerer City. Sorcerer City, you start with a set of tiles, and each round you have 2 minutes to build your city with these tiles the best you can. And then in between rounds, you buy new tiles to add to your pool of tiles and gain other rewards during that. But sometimes you end up with monsters, and they also are added to your deck, and they will cause chaos in your plans of building. And each round you build your city bigger and bigger, and you want to see who can build the biggest city by the end of the game. And it's just a lot of fun. It's very chaotic. I had a blast every time I played this, and that is number 26, Sorcerer City. Number 25, Bottom of the Ninth. Bottom of the Ninth is a card and dice sports game where you're just playing the bottom of the ninth inning of a baseball game. And it has some bluffing in it. As the pitcher, you're saying whether you're going to throw fast or slow, inside, outside, high, low. And as the batter, you're trying to guess that. And when you hit the ball, you start rolling your dice to try to get the first and it's just very chaotic. I actually like the solo version of this game better, where you're playing against an AI, and you can build on a season. There's different goals you can reach, but a lot of fun, very chaotic. That's number 25, bottom of the ninth. Number 24, Karuba. Karuba is a game where you start with a deck of tiles. Each player does. One player does not see their numbered tiles, and they're basically blind drawing it and calling out the number that is on there. The other players then take their tile with that number, and you're trying to build pathways to get your explorer from the beach to the temple, going across tiles that have gems on them, and being the first to get to that colored temple. That way, you can score the bonus points for getting to that temple. A lot of fun. My brother and I have taught this game a bunch. We could probably play it in our sleep, but it's so much fun. Number 24, Karuba. Number 23, Cash and Guns. Cash and Guns is a game. It's a great party game for up to 8 people, where you have these little foam guns and you point them at people and you try to decide if you want to stay in the round. If you don't stay in the round, you just knock your guy over, but you're trying to gain cash and rewards. You could shoot blanks at people to make them, think that you're after them. The group that we played this with, we laughed the whole time. It was a blast. Love this game. It is sort of controversial because you're pointing foam guns at each other. But if you get a chance to play this, play it. You'll laugh the whole time. That is number 23, Cash and Guns. Number 22, King Domino. King Domino is a tile laying game where you want to build the biggest and best kingdom. And you do that by drafting these dominoes that have 2 sides, whether it's field, woods, meadow, rock, and you lay them together, but your grid can only be, I believe it's 4x4 or 6x6, something like that. And then the way you score is you have to have crowns on one of the part of that grouping. So if you build an area of fields that doesn't have a crown, you don't score that. So it's sort of push your luck trying to build a big area, but you have to have a crown on to score it, and that's number 22, King Domino. Number 21, Ladder 29. Ladder 29 is a hand management trick-taking game. It's played over several rounds. You're dealt 13 cards, and then you pass 3 cards to the player on your left. And then the player with the lowest score will choose these hotspot cards, which the hotspot cards are basically challenges that will earn you points. So the harder the challenge, the more points you get. And some of the hotspot cards may be that you're only able to lead with singles, you have to enter a run with even numbers, or even have limitations on what suits you can play. And the bigger the risk you take, the more points you'll get. I really enjoy trick-taking games, and Ladder 29 has a theme I like. It's number 21, Ladder 29. Thank you for watching today. Please like and subscribe.